Here we have Terra Luna symbol LUNA versus the dollar. I wanted to follow up on this one as we are getting our pullback that we were looking for earlier this week. And what are the subsequent targets based off of that? So I am looking for this one to generally come back down towards like 72 and a quarter, maybe even as much as 66, or sorry, more like 67. I think it's a little bit less likely, obviously. Probably coming into next week, but I would be looking for a bounce from those regions, and this would still be higher lows to be fair as well. Long term, how is this chart looking? I do think long term you probably do end up pulling back. I do think that this is actually a major high right here, and I think at best for a while you're going to be playing out a major macro range, but very likely a big bounce somewhere around about 75. Let me just see where it was on this read right here. Okay, somewhere between about 75 and 72.5 is where I'd generally be looking for on the next bounce. And then if the bounce can reclaim back above, let's say 95, then I actually would be calling new highs on this one. But I do think this one's actually topped out for a while now, given the weekly. The weekly obviously has many drives of bearish divergence as we identified coming into last week. And we've already hit two of the easy targets on that. The next one is 75 to 72.5 or so. So very likely a bounce there, but bounce is not the same thing as reversal. Let's see, short term, if we go down to like a 4 hour, we do have a range resolution on the short-term time frame above 89.5. So any sort of a 4 hour closure above 89.5, and I would invalidate for the continuation to the downside and call a move back up towards actually that $95 pivot or so. So that obviously be the bullish look, the hopium look, but understand it's very far away. I think it's quite unlikely personally. And we're probably going to see, if I'm going to guess, higher term time frame stochastic momentum turning against this one alongside that bearish divergence, which is not a good signal here. And yeah, we do. Weekly stochastic momentum turns down below 94 bucks. Also kind of playing out a trendline regression rejection right there as well. 5 days is going to be, it's happening today below 106. So quite very likely barring a more than 20% rally before end of day here. Daily, it's going to be flippy floppy, showing 83.5 as a pivot there. But ultimately, what does that align with? Probably short-term sideways. But ultimately, any probably plays down to 75 to 72.5 before the next general bounce fight, I guess. Other than that, it's had a nice run, and in long term, I do still look at it as one of the better ones long term, but understand that it can come down, significantly more before another try to the upside, which probably takes a long time anyways. So hopefully that was helpful, ma'am. And there you go.